Sequential price testing. Why small audiences should test one price at a time, not two at once. Splitting a 200-person audience in half doesn't give you data. It gives you noise. Here's the test that actually works at creator scale. Somewhere along the way, every creator absorbs the same piece of borrowed wisdom. If you want to know your best price, run an A/B test. Split your audience, show half of them $27 and half of them $37. Wait a week, crown a winner. It's how big companies with millions of visitors find their edge. And it's almost useless for a creator with 400 followers and a trickle of daily traffic. Simultaneous split tests need volume to cancel out randomness. Without that volume, what looks like a clean result is usually just two small samples of noise wearing a lab coat. There's a better way to test price when your audience is small, and it doesn't require a statistics degree. Just patience, a calendar, and the discipline to change one thing at a time. The math problem nobody mentions. Here's the uncomfortable part. Statistical significance isn't a vibe, it's a sample size requirement. To confidently tell whether a $10 price difference is actually changing behavior, not just noise, you typically need a few hundred conversions per variant. A creator selling a $29 template to 300 monthly visitors at a 4% conversion rate gets about 12 sales a month total. Split that into two groups, and you're comparing 6 sales against 6 sales. One extra impulse buy on a Tuesday night flips which price wins. That's not a test result. That's a coin flip dressed up as a decision. Big platforms run simultaneous splits because they have traffic to make that math work in a day. Sequential testing gets creators the same confidence without needing a fire hose of visitors. What sequential testing actually is: instead of splitting your audience in half at the same moment, you test one price across your entire audience for a fixed window, record everything, then switch to the next price for an equal window. Nobody is ever seeing two different prices at the same time. You're comparing week 1-2 against week 3-4, not group A against group B. This trades a small amount of purity. External conditions can shift slightly between windows for a massive gain in sample size, since every single visitor in the window counts toward one result instead of being split into two thinner ones. It's the same logic a small restaurant uses when testing a new menu price. They don't print two menus and hand them out at random. They run the new price for a set stretch and compare it to the stretch before. Your storefront works the same way once you treat pricing as a research question, not a one-time decision made in 5 minutes. The 14-day protocol. 2 weeks is the sweet spot for most creators selling digital downloads, templates, or memberships. It's long enough to include both weekday and weekend traffic patterns at least once, and short enough that you're not stuck with an underperforming price for a whole quarter while you wait for a verdict. Pick your current price and lock every other variable. Same product description, same bio link, same posting cadence, same platforms driving traffic. Run that price for 14 full days, logging daily visits, conversions, and total revenue in a simple spreadsheet. On day 15, change only the price. Nothing else about the product page or your promotion strategy. Run the new price for another 14 days under matching conditions. Avoid launching it the same week as a holiday if the first window didn't have one. Compare conversion rate and revenue per visitor, not just raw sales count, since traffic volume will never be perfectly identical between windows. If the result is close, run a third window at whichever price won as a confirmation pass before making it permanent. The metric that matters. Total sales is a trap when your traffic naturally fluctuates. If week 1-2 got 340 visitors and week 3-4 got 210, comparing raw sale counts will mislead you every time. Track revenue per visitor, total revenue total visits. It normalizes for traffic swings and tells you which price actually extracts more value from the same attention. What to hold constant, and why creators skip this? The single most common way sequential tests get ruined is a creator changing two things at once, raising the price and posting more that week because they're excited about the test. Now you can't tell if the lift came from the new price or the extra visibility. Discipline here is the whole game. This is also where a lot of creators quietly cheat themselves without meaning to. They run the higher price during a week they happen to post more reels, or the lower price during a slow travel week. If your test windows don't match on effort and cadence, you haven't tested price. You've tested a random collision of factors and mislabeled it. Reading your results honestly. Once both windows are done, resist the urge to declare a winner from a tiny gap. If revenue per visitor moved from $1.10 to $1.35, that's a real, actionable signal worth acting on. If it moved from $1.10 to $1.14, that's inside the range where normal randomness could explain it, and you should either extend the test or treat it as a tie and pick the price that's easier to sell and support. Did both windows run a full 14 days with no gaps or interruptions? Was total traffic in a similar range between windows, within roughly 30% of each other? Did you compare revenue per visitor, not just total sales? Was any other variable, copy, bonuses, channels, changed mid-test? Is the gap between results big enough that a single unusual day couldn't explain it? A test that changes one thing over 4 weeks beats a test that changes nothing conclusively over 4 hours. Where your storefront makes this easier. You don't need a separate analytics stack to run this. A storefront on store.fan already gives you the pieces. Change your product price in seconds from the dashboard. And since checkout, delivery, and customer records all live in one place, you can pull visit and sale numbers for each window without stitching together 3 different tools. If you're on the Pro plan, connecting Google Analytics adds visit level detail, so revenue per visitor math is exact instead of estimated. And because every sale already lands in your customer list, you can see at a glance which window brought in more repeat buyers, not just more one-time transactions. A signal that matters as much as the initial conversion rate. If you haven't set prices up as testable yet, look at a live example store to see how a clean single price product page is structured before you start swapping numbers. And if you're still deciding whether to sell your first digital product at all, sequential testing is exactly the advantage a real storefront gives you over a checkout link and a spreadsheet. You can't test what you don't have a place to sell yet. Frequently asked questions. The takeaway. Simultaneous A/B testing isn't wrong. It's just built for a scale most creators haven't hit yet, and pretending otherwise turns a smart-sounding process into a random number generator. Sequential testing respects the traffic you actually have. Freeze everything except price. Give each price a full 2-week cycle. Measure revenue per visitor instead of raw sales, and you'll walk away from 6 weeks of selling with something far more valuable than a guess. A price you chose on evidence. For more tactics like this on pricing, launches, and building an income that compounds instead of plateauing, browse the blog. And if you haven't already, open your store.fan so the next test you run has real numbers behind it. Key takeaways. A/B splits need hundreds of conversions per variant to separate signal from luck. Most creators never get their sequential testing, one price, one full cycle, then the next, works at any audience size because it removes the split entirely. 2 weeks per price is the minimum. It captures a full weekday weekend cycle and smooths out one-off traffic spikes. Keep every other variable frozen. Same channels, same posting days, same offer copy, only the price moves. Track conversion rate and revenue per visitor. Not just total sales, or a lucky viral post will lie to you. Start your creator store free at store.fan.